Welcome back. Now it's time for our wellness segment. And this month, we're going to be focusing on menstrual health. Today, we're going to be talking about nutrition during your period. We have with us Dr. Busayo Awolola. She's the founder and team lead of the WED Forum, and she has led amazing projects focused on sexual reproductive health and rights, menstrual health and hygiene, mental health, and literacy. It's great to have you here with us. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so now this is one of the topics that a lot of people avoid talking about. And I was made aware of a lot of information and statistics about menstrual health.
Yeah.
You know, things to do with how periods are supposed to actually go, the length of periods, the actual consistency of periods, how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to feel, and how different people react and respond during that time of the month. And it has a lot to do with hormones, apparently.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you think about hormones, you have to also talk about nutrition. So that's a great topic for us to start with.
Yeah, that's very true. Nutrition is basically what we eat. So you can't take menstrual health from what you eat.
Okay.
Because I like to say this. Women are always in cycle.
Okay.
You know, the phase of menstrual cycle, which is practically like every day in and out, you're actually in a cycle.
Yeah.
The fact you are not seeing your menstruation, which is the last phase, or some people call it the first phase of menstruation, does not mean that you are not in the cycle.
Okay.
As I said, women go through it every time. So it's important to know what you eat.
Okay.
And because it's beneficial to how your mental health, how you respond to situation, because menstrual health is basically your wholeness, your wellness in terms of your menstruation, not just about the absence of the disease, but basically in terms of your mental health, your social life, how do you interact with everyone during your menstruation. And as I said, it's a cycle, so you are always in the menstrual cycle phase. So it's important you eat healthy.
So I've always heard that line, you know, when the period is actually happening, I'm on my cycle. You know, the cycle is the complete month. It's not just the actual period, the few days of the period. So just to debunk that, seeing your cycle doesn't really define it or doesn't really describe it properly. But are there special things that we should or should not be eating when we are on our periods? Okay,
so it's actually important to know that not everything you should eat, because you are what you eat. Imagine someone taking healthy exercise, you are exercising, you are taking a lot of water, you are watching what you eat. Eventually, you will see it in the outcomes, either in your weight or even in your physical skin, your look. So basically, nutrition and menstrual health, it goes along the way. So some of the things I would like to say today is that we've all heard about don't take sugar while you're on your period, don't take sugars. But the myth I would like to break today is that there are healthy sugar and there are unhealthy sugars. The unhealthy sugars you are not to take during your menstruation, during the menstrual cycle, which is practically every day of our lives. As a woman, it's taking fizzy drinks, drinks that contain specifically sodas. So I would like to recommend when you're on your period, take a lot of apples, pineapple. They are healthy because you need that boost of energy. You are losing blood, so you need something to keep you happy. And you know, we all know sugar keeps us happy. So it's always advised to take healthy sugar like pineapples, apples, but you want to stay away as much as possible from sodas because they increase our stress level.
Sure. Now, you just mentioned that, of course, during your period, you're losing blood. And of course, once you think of blood, you think of iron, your iron content in your diet. So what would you recommend to make sure you boost your iron levels?
Okay, so basically, most of the food, our local food actually contain quite a number of iron. Like you can think of beans, can think of soya beans. They have high content of iron. And as much as possible, even our rice, maybe to a smaller level, but we also want to recommend you take a lot of supplements. Iron supplement is healthy. It's supplements, and most of the times they are natural. So they increase the level of our iron content and as much as possible, the production of blood. So we always advise, okay, as a doctor and also in the social space, I always want to talk to my people, as much as possible, take fruits and food that contains iron
like
and also vegetables. Yes, spinach.
Yeah.
The common vegetables we eat.
Spinach, that's like tete.
Exactly, shoko, ewedu.
Yeah.
Even okra, they contain high content of iron. So you want to take all those. And also there is vitamin B12 because it helps with your memory. Because most of the time, you are always tired. All those things, especially which are seen in pawpaw. So you take a lot of those fruits and they can improve your your actions, your productivity, your mood, even the way you interact. Like they stimulate you instead of you just being all moody and all of that.
So that moodiness, I've often related with the pain and discomfort of periods. Now, that pain level is different for every single woman.
Yeah.
You cannot compare one woman to another. And if you have in your space ever done that, please don't compare yourself to someone else who's going through a rough time during their period, because you just can't imagine what they're going through.
Yeah.
But are there any foods or drinks, these are probably myths and old wives' tales that we've heard over time, that you can consume to reduce the pain?
Oh, okay. So basically, I would say there's a special fruit to reduce pain. As I said, pain is medically, pain is a neurogenic response, and is majorly from the contractility of the uterus, the womb in the late term, and those processes actually causes pain. The process of relaxing and relaxation of the muscle. So I would like to say it's really not from something you can relieve. But medically, we've said, try to use hot water. There's this hot water bottle you can put to relieve, take medications, pain relief, analgesic, and as much as possible, you want to reduce the dose. And if the pain is becoming severe, see a doctor. And this is what we used to say: any pain that prevents you from doing your normal activity is abnormal. So let's not normalize pain during period, because there's so many things that can cause those kind of pain apart from just your period, which is So we're still on the nutritional side of things. However, I want to still touch on this pain issue because it's a big deal for a lot of people. You just said that any pain that stops you from doing your daily activities is not normal, right? So I know we're really running short on time, but any final tip for reducing pain? Okay, so it's the taboo that we always like to go away from, which is exercise. Exercise is one of the most effective ways to reduce pain during periods. I know many times you always say, because I'm on my period, I'm not to exercise. But I would like to say today, exercise when you're your period. It will reduce the pain.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so when you come back next week, we're going to touch on that aspect again, because I want to know how exercise really helps with the pain, because it feels like exercise is going to cause more pain. I don't know, but we'll be talking more about that. Please share your thoughts, comments, and contributions. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us #WakeUpNigeria TVCE on Instagram and let us know your thoughts. All right, then let's take a quick break. There's more after this.